Good morning, YouTube. So, full day of eating for you today on a training day. I've just woken up and sent my pictures to AJ for check-ins, and about to now go on my walk and yeah, take you along basically with the day. Also, look what I've got. Time for some fucking mic'd up sessions. I'm fucking gassed for this. May do a few of these today. May play around with a few clips. But yeah, looking forward to do like some cool content with these as well in the future. Obviously for training sessions and whatnot with people, it'll be fucking jokes and also to catch those fucking grunts, those screams. So yeah, plan of action: walk, coffee, breakfast. Obviously we'll make breakfast for you guys and then basically crack on with the day. Training day, Friday, good day. Shit weather today. Last 2 days have been nice, but this is fucking unacceptable. So Britain, sort out your fucking weather. And without further ado, let's go on a walk. Right, so as you can see, we now have the sick new wireless microphone set up. So I went for the wireless Rode Me, just because it was Cam's suggestion. He knew I was kind of looking to get one of these for a little while. However, obviously they're quite expensive. Like the wireless 2s are like £200, but these are like £150. And these have less settings you can play around with, which I don't need the settings to play around with. So yeah, basically now we got some fucking sick crispy audio and another style of content we can film for a much more affordable price of £150. So yeah, this is a nice little purchase, and I hope it becomes very useful. Maybe use it for a few clips today, but apart from that, I think I'll use it obviously for some sick mic'd up sessions, because obviously it'll help me from not getting copyrighted as often as well, using my standard microphone. I've also got another one which David lets me use as well. Shout out David. And he's also got a lens which he's going to let me use as well for a few videos. So the next video you're going to see will be a group session with me, Charlie Everall, and James Corbett. So looking forward to the Megamorph boys hooking up for a session, deadlift session. So that will be mic'd up, and that will be hopefully filmed on the new lens if David will let me use it, because it's an expensive lens. But yeah, basically more content's coming and sicker content's coming. So hope you guys enjoy this investment as much as I do. If you are enjoying these videos, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're not following my Instagram, follow the Instagram. I actually made a funny comment yesterday about coffee. I was saying about how there's never such thing as like the perfect amount of coffee. Like you always have a cup and you always want, I want some more. Or you'll have a second one, you go, that actually I don't really want like the last half of this, or I don't, it's not as good as it was the first one was. So it's just like the never ending like situation of like what is the perfect amount of coffee. But I've got a big old mug here, so we're gonna do a little ASMR test. Hope you guys like that. Anyway, gonna crack on with my morning work now, and then we'll take you guys in for meal one. There's going to be change to the meal plan, so I'll talk you through that when we go to have a little chat a little bit later on. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this little time lapse. I called it a montage last time. It's time lapse. Sweet.
Let me down easy, though your love for me is gone. Let me down, since you feel to stay here alone.
Oh yeah?
I know it's all over, but the last goodbye. Let me down.
No, you're in the YouTube video, bro.
Why are you taking a picture of me?
You're in the YouTube video, bro. Well, that was fucking delicious. What is this lighting? So, you might be wondering, Josh, why did you have mince? Why weren't you having legs? So, I talked to AJ this morning because eggs basically have started to give me not the best digestion, a bit of a runny stomach, which isn't particularly pleasant. It was fine at the start, but over time, it's just my body's not been liking it. And 5 eggs is quite a lot of eggs, like in one sitting, especially just on its own. My stomach wasn't too much of a fan of it. It was giving me, said, bad stomach. So we swapped out for 5% mince. Then I swapped out my morning apple for just 50 grams of pasta, just to put with it, just because it's a bit weird having mince on its own. And that was fucking delicious, and I feel much more satiated after that. So gonna continue to run that. So that's the only change to food, literally apart from obviously the new macros, which I don't think I told you about yet. So new macros, so training day 300 carb, 220 protein, still 51 fat, and then rest day is like 230 carb, about 230 carb, 61 fat, and about 210 protein, so something around that. So that'll be the new breakfast of choice. 200 grams of mince, and then a little bit of pasta sauce, just like a little bit, and then some pasta. So yeah, macros for meal 1 are here. Pretty much the exact same from what would have been the eggs, just a little bit different. A little bit more protein, just because I'm not having my shake anymore with it as well, because I also wanted to make use of that protein to eat and be a bit more full from it. So yeah, breakfast got today quite late because obviously I was on FaceTime to Cam, as you would have seen. So unfortunately Cam has now moved away down south, which obviously is never fun to hear your best mate obviously moved like an hour and a half away, especially with prep. Obviously having a bit of a support system is obviously important, but obviously we'll still like be in regular contact throughout the day, and we'll see him probably 1 to 2 times a month. But yeah, so yeah, I was just FaceTiming because we were just chatting this morning, and then got carried away, and would you know, it's like it's 11 o'clock, and I've just finished breakfast. So yeah, but which is quite nice, because then in 40 minutes I get to eat, start making food again. So quite excited. So yeah, good chill for now. Gonna crack on with some more bits and bobs the next 40 minutes, probably shower and whatnot, and then we'll get making meal number 2 and 3, and yeah, then we'll also have a little. I'll think of something we can talk about in between the next 2 meals. But until then, catch you next clip. Thought I'd try out the new mic in a bit more of a dynamic setting. So obviously you've seen me make this meal, I don't even know how many times. It literally is my bread and butter meal. I have it every single day without fail, usually 2 to 3 times a day. So yeah, just defrosted some chicken because I didn't have enough as I needed. So I thought I'd use this opportunity to maybe have a little chat about food selection and whatnot. So when it came to selecting, I'm just going to go out of frame. When it came to selecting eggs, the reason why I selected eggs. So the reason I did that was because of for me personally, they fill me up quite a lot. And obviously it's like quite high fat content. So I mixed that with protein. It was my first meal to kind of like satiate me a bit more. Obviously just because trying not to be hungry, but still have obviously small amount of food is important. And the actual food volume itself is not too bad. But alas, eggs is one of those foods that can sometimes not digest amazing, especially when you're having like 5 eggs, as I said. So what it was, I thought, okay, what's another high fat, high protein source I can do? Mince. And I really enjoy mince. It's really tasty. You season it. And for me personally, it digests extremely well. So I made the choice, obviously, to switch to that. I ran over through with AJ this morning when we had our check-ins, and he agreed that'd be a good food swap. And he also agreed, obviously, on the eggs front, it isn't for everyone. So yeah, I made that swap, and then because I was like, don't really fancy having mince on its own, I was like, yeah, sweet, okay, I'll just change the apple, which is 30 carb, into 30 grams of carbs worth of pasta, so 50 grams pasta. And yeah, so far digestion this morning has been great. No, because I said I basically had the shits, right? Okay, so don't have the shits anymore, which is nice. It wasn't like all day; it was just after that first meal, I'd get a bit of stomach cramping, and then obviously it'd be not the nicest passing of stool in the morning. The bowels were not grateful, so yeah, swap has paid dividends already. Feel much better, and I also feel a lot less hungry as well, which is obviously a good thing. So yeah, and obviously when it then comes to refeed week and what did I say, diet, when it comes to like increasing food for refeed week / diet break / peak week, it's quite good obviously to have that kind of like food source, because increasing pasta is really easy, because I can literally increase like to the gram, versus obviously before I was doing bagels for my first meal, versus you can't really increase the amount of grams per bagel you're having, and it's not very, it's nowhere as accurate, because obviously each bagel will be slightly different size, so you get what I mean. So yeah, that's just going to probably work out for us better long term when it comes to peak week and obviously refeed week, which we are about 3 weeks away from. We've dieted for how many weeks? I think we've just finished week 2 of, finished week 2, so we've got 4 more weeks, we've got a month until we refeed again. So I said the weight this morning was around, what was it? It was 174.8 pounds, which is a new low weigh-in this morning, which is good, because previous rest days, I found that I was actually going up in weight after a rest day, versus now, since we've had this food drop, I've actually been dropping weight after a rest day, or at least maintaining. Which is ideal, because realistically rest days are the ones you want to be dropping after, because obviously those are the ones you're having the least amount of food. So obviously we want to try and protect obviously the amount of food we're consuming on training days, and obviously preserve that for as long as possible for performance, and also just for fullness and muscle retention, all that good stuff. So yeah, that was obviously a really, really good drop. So that puts me at what I said, around basically 174.5 pounds, give or take. We want to be at just shy, I think we want to be 168 roughly for the next refeed, because obviously that puts me only about 5 to 10 pounds away from stage weight, which is fucking not much at all. I don't know if I can't remember if I touched this in my last video or not, but basically the idea is, I think what we're going to do is we'll run this next 4 weeks, get to sub 170, refeed, and after this we're going to switch to, because we'll be so close to obviously to stage weight, we're going to switch to high and low days. I think the idea will be, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself again if you watched the last video recently, but I can't remember for the life of me, because diet brain and that, because I do have that a little bit now, I won't lie, not much, but just a little bit. So yeah, we'll do is we're going to try and do is fill up around push days, and then every other day will be like a like normal base calories. So obviously I think he said potentially we'll be doing 1 to 2 days, so basically either be like a weekend off dieting and then Monday to Friday back down to like base diet, or because my push days are on Wednesdays and also on Sundays, I'll probably refeed on Tuesdays, the day before, and then refeed on Saturday. So I refeed once on a training day, then once on a rest day, which obviously is going to be better as well, because obviously that extra performance will potentially trickle into to my session that day, just having extra food. So yeah, I don't really think there's much more to say in this. Meals 2 and 3 being cooked here, so obviously we've got less food in this now because of the food drop. So chicken's still the same, so still 400 grams of raw weight chicken breast, which is that pretty much is on the dot. And then where we had the food reduction was in rice. So we've had 50 grams of rice pulled in total, 25 grams from pre-workout and 25 grams from post. Just because that was the first, we haven't really got much carbs, obviously in meal 1 or 4. So obviously he wants to pull a little bit away from that. But that then leaves us still with a little bit of place to pull from here and there. So we can still pull from my intra-workout, because I do have 50 grams of carbs intra-workout. So he said that'll probably be the next likely place to pull food. And then we obviously can pull food from either meal 1 or the last meal of the day, which also is an apple, which I think also might switch to another mince and pasta. Basically a little bit, it's a mini spag bowl, mate, that's what it is, so it's pretty fucking tasty. So So yeah, we'll see obviously how my weight moves tomorrow after putting this mince in. Hopefully it should be still like more or less the same, but obviously when you introduce new food, especially that's a bit more volume, obviously it might potentially, just from gastric filling, potentially be a little bit heavy tomorrow. Might not. If I drop weight, fucking sick, because that would be ideal, wouldn't it? Right, so macros for this meal will be somewhere on the screen. Obviously this is the same as post, and then obviously the macros for intra-workout will be 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs from EAs and carbohydrates. Yeah, I'll take my camera to the gym, probably take some pictures today. Hopefully if David's in, he'll bring a sick lens, and then we shall probably put some highlights in from my favourites. I'm probably going to put some top set for my single arm pull down in, because I'm really enjoying that at the moment. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, catch you guys probably, I'll catch you guys to show you then the meal. Oh, so just got back from the gym. So just got back from the gym. It was a fucking 10 session. Everything progressed like a lot. Felt good, looked good, so can't complain. That's 3-4 pretty freaking good sessions this week. 2 of them have been phenomenal. So yeah, just as I said, finished the old meal. Macros here, obviously same as the last meal, and then gonna now prep meals for tomorrow. And then last meal of the day is going to be something a little bit funky. I've mixed up the macros a bit because of the new eggs, so there's some things to figure out. But I'm basically going to have 35 grams of crackers, that like 0 calorie, like not 0 calorie, but zero fat crackers with like carbs, so rice crackers, and then have 2 scoops of whey, and then also have a little bit of salad with some house dressing for some fats. Then I've got my carbs from my crackers, fats from my little salad I have, and then I've got my obviously protein from the protein shake. So obviously we'll catch you guys for that next. I just thought I'd do a little update. Also just use this again because this has been lots of fun. I recorded a reel today, so hopefully you guys keep enjoying the content, and hopefully the investments pays off, but it's up to you guys. So let's make this for tomorrow, and then I'll catch you guys for the last meal of the day. Right, so here we are with the last meal. I know it looks a bit fucking band together, but it's pretty nice. I'm gonna have this in there, so I'm gonna have my shake. So macros for this meal are here. So yeah, been a good day. As I said, really happy with training. Food's been good. So this switch in like food groups to obviously the mince instead of eggs has done me nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Like, share with a fellow cunt, comment, subscribe, turn on the old post notifications, and we'll catch you guys for the next video. So peace.